Okay, let me ask about what happened in Texas. I mentioned it in the monologue. There was a contest down there. Now, two things that sort of related happened this week. PEN, that's the writers group, gave an award to Charlie Hebdo for courage, because they're very courageous. I think a lot of people.
Absolutely.
Yes. Unfortunately, over 200 writers in PEN objected to that, which is, I think, pretty crazy. But, okay. Then down in Texas, this woman, Pamela Geller, who is herself kind of a loon, I'm not a fellow traveler with her, but she's the one who sponsored this Draw Mohammed cartoon contest. Okay. Now, it obviously was a provocation, but this is America. Do we not have the right to draw whatever we want?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Case closed. Right, Lincoln?
Yes. I'm a civil libertarian all the way, and talk about the rights of the people at PEN not to attend that dinner to award to Charlie Hebdo. That's their right, and that's what we Americans stand up for. But as I said earlier in the show, this chasm between Muslims and the rest of the world, we need to address it. It's and tamp down some of the
But not
divisions.
everything can be a moral equivalence, can it? I mean,
we can't control these people from doing their.
Can I read what Gary Trudeau said? Because he was on
cartoons.
He's on the side of the writers who are protesting giving Charlie Hebdo a Courage Award. He said this a couple of weeks ago. He said Charlie Hebdo is punching downward by attacking a powerless, disenfranchised minority with crude, vulgar drawings. Charlie wandered into the realm of hate speech, which in France is only illegal if it directly incites violence. Wait, well, voila, the 7 million copies that were published following the killings did exactly that, triggering violent protests across the Muslim world. So this assumes that we just have to accept that Muslims are unable to control themselves the way we would ask everyone else in the world. To me, that's bigotry. That's the soft bigotry of low expectation.
Let me say, if I may.
We don't ask anybody else in the world.
Gary Trudeau is a coward, and the other PEN writers who protested that award are cowards. That is the best thing you can say about them at this point.
And let me say, people who have, let me say, isn't the whole point of free speech to not judge people based on what
No,
they're
that's
saying?
definitely not the role of free speech. You judge, you just don't censor. You don't just have a right to free speech. When someone's position is, if you offend me, I will kill you, it becomes virtuous for you to offend that person. You need to offend that person. You need to shock them out of their horrible position.
Well,
wait a second. Listen to your language. You're talking about hatred. You're talking about all the harsh language here.
But we're talking
Lincoln, guys are taking up guns.
We're talking about people who went in to kill people versus
we live in a world of nuclear weapons.
You're talking about two different things.
And Pakistan has nuclear weapons.
The first thing
we need to tamp down the language here.
Yeah, well, okay. The first thing about the PEN Award is, I think I'm in agreement here. You test your moral convictions by using the most repugnant examples. The Westboro Baptist Church has every right to be doing what the Westboro Baptist Church
That's
does.
the God hates fags people.
Exactly.
They
and
always protest my shows, and it never ends in a gun battle.
Yeah, notice how many people have been killed.
Just you know.
Never ends in a gun battle.
And that's free speech, and that's why Charlie Hebdo should continue on to do whatever. I mean, this is how we know their true convictions. But I don't think it's fair to say that all Muslims are warmongering.
No, I didn't say that.
No one said that.
I said that's what Gary Trudeau was assuming when he said his statement, that we cannot allow these combustible people to be given an excuse to do that.
That's right, and so many in the media have had that position. CNN has said this, people on CNN, New York Times, some on Fox have said this. They forward the argument of, well, if you wear a short skirt, don't be surprised when you're raped. They have laid this on the victim. They have said, you were provoking it. Don't be surprised when you get shot.
And the truth is that there are a lot of Muslims in that area. That's why they picked that town. And none of them even came out to protest silently because they didn't want to give it oxygen. So obviously, why don't we get on the side of those Muslims, the ones who want to live in the 21st century, instead of making excuses for the ones who want to live in the 7th?